Neon, a shimmering, pulsing wave of it. Skyscrapers clawing at the sky, dwarfed by Mount Fuji in the distance. This is Tokyo, a city that slams a shot of adrenaline straight into your veins. We're not talking about some sterile, sanitized version of a city either. This is the real deal, the Tokyo that bites back, a riot of senses and experiences that'll leave you breathless. Join us as we dive into the heart of Tokyo, exploring top sights, delicious eats, and uncovering some hidden historical gems. We'll walk shoulder to shoulder with the salarymen, dodge businessmen, and lose ourselves in the labyrinthine alleys. We'll eat our weight in sushi, slurp down bowls of steaming ramen, and maybe, just maybe, try some delicacies that might make your stomach churn. So buckle up, kids, and get ready for the ride. Alright, first up, we're hitting up Tokyo Tower. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Another damn tower, Tony. But trust me on this one, this ain't just some flimsy spire trying to be the Eiffel Tower's knockoff cousin. This bad boy, painted that retina-searing international orange, is a testament to Japan's post-war ambition. Built in 1958, just a little over a decade after the war, this steel giant was a beacon of hope. Standing at a neck-craning 333 meters, taller than even the Eiffel Tower, it offered a 360-degree view of the sprawling metropolis below. Today, it's still an impressive sight, a reminder of how far this city, this country, has come. And let's be honest, the view from up there, it's pretty damn spectacular. You see the city laid out before you like a living, breathing map. The sprawling grid of streets, the neon arteries pulsing with life, the distant mountains providing a serene backdrop to the urban chaos. If you're a sucker for a good view, a panorama that'll leave you speechless, then yeah, Tokyo Tower deserves a spot on your itinerary. It's a sight you won't soon forget. Forget Times Square, forget Piccadilly Circus, hell, forget any intersection you've ever seen. This, my friends, is Shibuya Crossing, the world's busiest intersection, and a spectacle that'll leave you wondering if you accidentally wandered into a video game. Imagine a sea of humanity, thousands upon thousands of people, all moving in a perfectly choreographed ballet of controlled chaos. Every few minutes, the lights change and the floodgates open. Salarymen in their black suits, schoolgirls in their sailor uniforms, tourists with their selfie sticks, all surging forward like a tidal wave of humanity. It's overwhelming, exhilarating, and a little bit terrifying all at the same time, but somehow it works. The Japanese, masters of efficiency and order, have turned this potential clusterfuck into a thing of bizarre beauty. It's like watching a school of fish navigate a coral reef, each individual moving in sync with the whole. It's a sensory overload, a crash course in Tokyo life, and a reminder that sometimes the most chaotic experiences can also be the most beautiful. Look, I'm not a religious guy. Never have been, but there's something about stepping onto the grounds of a temple, especially one as old and as storied as Sensoji, that makes you want to shut up, take a breath, and just feel the weight of history pressing down on you. This ain't just some tourist trap, folks. This is the real deal, the oldest temple in Tokyo, dating all the way back to the 7th century. You walk through the massive Kaminarimon gate with its giant red lantern and fierce guardian deities, and you're transported to another world. The air is thick with the smell of incense, the sound of chanting monks washing over you like a wave. You see old women in kimonos lighting candles, young couples whispering prayers, tourists snapping selfies with the 5-story pagoda looming in the background. It's a strange mix of the sacred and the profane, a reminder that in Tokyo, the ancient and the modern always seem to find a way to coexist. Take a stroll through the temple grounds, admire the intricate carvings, and marvel at the centuries-old craftsmanship. It's all part of the Sensoji experience. Alright, gearheads, gamers, and anime aficionados, this one's for you. Welcome to Akihabara, the electric town, the beating heart of Japanese pop culture, and a place that's 1 part sensory overload, 2 parts geek paradise. Forget your quiet temples and serene gardens. This is where Tokyo comes to indulge its inner child, a neon-drenched wonderland of all things weird, wonderful, and wired. Imagine towering buildings plastered with giant anime girls, their eyes blinking down at you like some kind of hypnotic fever dream. Imagine shops overflowing with the latest gadgets, from high-tech toilets that'll wash your ass with laser-like precision to robots that'll pour you a beer and tell you your fortune. Imagine arcades so packed with flashing lights and blaring soundtracks that they make a pachinko parlor look like a library. This is Akihabara, a place where reality takes a backseat to fantasy, and where the line between the virtual and the real blurs faster than you can say kawaii. It's a place where passion reigns supreme, where people aren't afraid to let their freak flags fly. So take a walk on the wild side, lose yourself in the labyrinthine alleys, and embrace the weirdness. Just remember, what happens in Akihabara stays in Akihabara. Okay, I know, after the sensory overload of Akihabara, you're probably ready for a little peace and quiet. Well, my friend, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Ueno Park, Tokyo's answer to Central Park, a sprawling green oasis in the heart of the urban jungle. This ain't just some patch of grass with a couple of benches though. This is the real deal. A sprawling park with everything from serene temples and tranquil ponds to world-class museums, and a zoo that's home to pandas, tigers, and even the occasional rogue penguin. You can spend a whole day here, wandering the tree-lined paths, soaking up the sun, and forgetting that you're just a stone's throw from the hustle and bustle of one of the world's busiest cities. The Tokyo National Museum will take you on a journey through Japanese art and history, from ancient samurai swords to delicate Edo-era woodblock prints. And if you're feeling a little more adventurous, check out the National Museum of Nature and Science, where you can learn about everything from dinosaurs to deep-sea creatures. Ueno Park has something for everyone. Alright foodies, this one's for you. Forget your fancy Michelin-starred restaurants and your pretentious tasting menus. If you want to experience the true heart and soul of Japanese cuisine, you gotta hit the streets. And there's no better place to do that than Tsukiji Outer Market. Now, I know what you're thinking. Tony, you're sending me to a fish market? And yeah, you heard that right. But this ain't your average run-of-the-mill fish market, my friend. This is Tsukiji, a sprawling labyrinth of stalls and shops selling the freshest, most incredible seafood you'll ever lay your eyes on. We are talking mountains of glistening tuna, their flesh so red it looks like it was painted by a Renaissance master. We're talking giant crabs, their claws bigger than your head, just begging to be cracked open and devoured. We're talking squids so fresh they're still wriggling, their tentacles reaching out like they're trying to escape their fate. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way, a symphony of sights, smells, and sounds that'll have your mouth watering before you even take your first bite. Just be sure to bring your appetite, because you're going to need it. Look, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, a secret that most tourists, hell, even most guidebooks wouldn't dare tell you. The best food, the kind of food that'll make your taste buds sing and your soul weep with joy, it ain't found in some fancy Michelin-starred restaurant with white tablecloths and waiters who look down their noses at you. No, my friend, the real culinary treasures, the hidden gems, are found in the most unassuming of places. Take this little hole in the wall in Ueno, for example. You'd probably walk right past it if you didn't know any better. No fancy signs, no Michelin stars, just a faded curtain and the tantalizing aroma of something delicious wafting out into the street. But trust me, this place is special. This is where the locals come to get their fix of hand-pulled noodles, each strand crafted with a level of care and precision that borders on the artistic. This, my friends, is a bowl of ramen that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about food. Alright folks, let's talk dessert. Because no matter how much ramen you slurp down, or how many skewers of yakitori you devour, there's always room for something sweet, right? And when it comes to traditional Japanese sweets, you can't go wrong with the treats found near Sensoji Temple. Now, I'm not talking about your average chocolate chip cookies or apple pies here. We're talking delicate mochi, pounded to perfection and filled with sweet red bean paste or creamy sesame seed paste. We're talking colorful dango, skewered and drizzled with a sweet soy sauce glaze. We're talking melt-in-your-mouth wagashi, miniature works of art crafted from bean paste, rice flour, and agar-agar, each one a tiny masterpiece of flavor and texture. These sweets are more than just a sugar rush though. They're a reflection of Japanese culture, steeped in tradition and history. So next time you're near Sensoji Temple, do yourself a favor and seek out one of the many traditional sweet shops. Ueno Park is a green oasis, a cultural hub, and a welcome respite from Tokyo's chaos. Beneath the cherry blossoms and serene ponds lies a rich history. Ueno Park wasn't always for leisurely strolls and picnics. Centuries ago, it was a battleground between the Tokugawa shogunate and the emperor's forces. The Battle of Ueno marked the end of the samurai era and the dawn of modern Japan. Today, the ghosts of that battle linger, whispers of the past on the breeze. You can almost hear the clash of swords and the cries of the wounded. Even in peaceful places, history is never far away. Let the ghosts of the past whisper their stories and appreciate Ueno Park's layers of history. Shibuya Crossing is organized chaos, a sea of humanity surging like a tidal wave. But there's more to this iconic intersection than meets the eye. Amidst the throngs, you might spot a small bronze statue of a dog. This is Hachiko, Japan's most famous canine. Hachiko belonged to a professor at Tokyo Imperial University. Every day he met his owner at Shibuya Station. After the professor's sudden death, Hachiko waited for almost a decade. Hachiko's statue stands as a testament to unwavering devotion. From the dizzying heights of Tokyo Tower to the peaceful serenity of Sensoji Temple, from the neon-drenched chaos of Akihabara to the culinary delights of Tsukiji Outer Market, we've only scratched the surface of what this incredible city has to offer. We've wandered through ancient temples, marveled at futuristic technology, and tasted our way through some of the most delicious food on the planet. We've experienced the organized chaos, the quiet beauty, and the unique energy that make Tokyo such an unforgettable destination. So, what are you waiting for? Book that ticket, pack your bags, and come experience Tokyo for yourself. Get lost in the neon-lit alleys, embrace the unexpected, and discover a city that's constantly evolving, constantly surprising, and always unforgettable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more travel adventures.